Good morning, traders. Welcome to the Ruthless Trading live trading video recap. This is capturing my trades from the day before, all live streamed to the members of the Ruthless Trading Discord community. In real time, we trade every day from about 9:15 to 11:30. What I mean by live, this is not a pre-recorded trading session where I come back and talk about the trade. This was the exact same trading commentary streamed to the members in the Discord community all in real time. All I've done is recorded the trading session as they played out and posted here to YouTube for your education and enjoyment. If you're interested in joining our trading community and learning more about how to trade, I'll post a link to the Discord below. Got some great members in the community. We've got a lot of experience within the community, including myself and some others that have been trading for, 10 plus years. We got some traders in there that have been trading, from 6 months to a year that are kind of just getting started in their journey, kind of soaking up information from some of the more experienced traders in there. And then, of course, we got brand new traders in there, never traded before, looking to jump in. They join the Discord. It's free to join. They ask a bunch of questions. Either myself or other experienced traders will go in there and help answer them. So enjoy the recap here and look forward to seeing you into the community.
So again, we're just in this big area of consolidation, right? So we're kind of holding this 58, 68 area as support, kind of getting rejected off this, you could call it that 58, 73 area right around there. Kind of look at the bigger picture here. We are looking like we want to go lower here just because we are the nines above, below the 20, below the VWAP, below the 200 moving average. But as you can tell, we've been dancing around this 9 and 20, right? So it looks like we're going to go above it. We go below it, pop right back up, pop right back down. We're just kind of consolidating right here. So we just don't have any trading opportunities here at the moment. Again, we got to be patient, kind of got to let something develop before we kind of jump right into this. So 10.02 here in the market. Again, we're going to be patient. Going to look for either this to start to break to the upside or start to get some downside movement here, either or. We do have room to fall here if we do start to get that move to the downside. We have a pretty big gap to fill underneath that 9 moving average on the daily chart all the way down to the 58.34 area. Again, now we're starting to see this start to break here. So we're finally starting to get the move that we're looking for. Again, earlier this morning, there's no trades into here. It's just this straight consolidation back and forth. Not a lot of movement. We're starting to see kind of the weakness come in, and it kind of lines up with what we're seeing on the overall daily chart as well as what we're seeing here on the 1 minute chart. Again, 9 below the 20 here. We're below the VWAP, below the 200 moving average. Starting to get that move. So we potentially have some trades coming up here. I want to see this retest that area. Again, I want to see this kind of pop back up to that 920 moving average, get a little bit of a retest to confirm that we are going to go lower here. And this is just isn't a liquidity grab. You see that sometimes too, where it'll break that support or resistance, have that little bit of liquidity grab for the market, and then immediately change direction. So we want to make sure we don't get caught up into that. So I'm watching here. So we did just get that retest. So now I'm just waiting for a good entry here. Put some limit orders to short here. Jump in here to the short side. So one contract here to the short side. Take profit going to be down here at this 58.60.25 area. There we go. Nice pullback right there. Boom. Right to the profit target. So we'll take that to start the day off here. Let's cancel these orders. So we'll take that to start the day off here. 275. Again, earlier this morning, just this big area consolidation. No real trades to have in here. Again, we had to sit back. We had to be patient. We had to wait for this to either start to downtrend or start to uptrend. Like I said, I don't care which way the market goes. We just had to see some type of movement. Once we started to break that area of support that we talked about right into here, again, I wanted to see that retest. Got the retest, took the short right at that area, and then boom, fell right to that profit target. So that 58.60 area here. So we'll see what the market does from here. We're getting a little bit oversold here. RSI in the 27s. Again, I want to kind of see this retest some of these key areas. This old area support is going to hold up as new resistance now. So I want to see if we pop back up there, and if we fell again, I'll look for another short off that area. But right now, RSI just a little bit on the oversold side. Not enough risk versus reward to be holding short here. That excuse me, that VWAP area would be another good shorting opportunity here. So it's like all the way back. So short area would be that 58.70 area. So sorry about missing the stream yesterday. Again, had a little family emergency, but all is good. So retesting the non-moving average here. Again, I'm looking for this to bust up through more toward that VWAP area. So here's that little pop-up. Again, we're going to retest this area. I want to see this actually get above the 20. More toward that VWAP area is short, but if we have a big upper shadow here, a close below the 9 moving average might be worth taking a stab with a tight stop loss below it, or above it, I should say. But no, we're going to hold above the 9 here. Again, let's sit back, wait for the next setup here. So maybe look for a quick scalp here. Need to see this close below that 9 moving average, and I want to scalp this. Just kind of watching here. We've got about 30 seconds left on this candle. So watching the level 2s here, looking at the price action, seeing if we're going to get it. Again, I either want to see a close below the 9 moving average for a quick scalp below, or if this again pushes to that area, that 58.70 area, I'd like to short here. Market's still on the bearish side. Watching here.
Order filled.
Looking to go short here. Tight stop loss on this. Need to hold it below the 9 moving average. Looking for this to get that quick little push down. Let's see if we get it here. Watching here. Still looking for this quick push down.
Order filled.
I'm going to close that out here. We're not getting that as big as a push down. We're going to add, what do we take on that? 125 up here. Sitting $400. Wow, excuse me. Sitting $400 here in profit. I didn't get that as big as a push that I wanted. Like, I really wanted to see that. I mean, we failed. I mean, we made a little bit of money on it, but I really wanted to see it, like, fall apart, which we didn't get. A little bit tricky into here so far into the market. Again, we got the big move on the way down. We got this nice little red candle here. Again, I got the little bit of a retest that I was looking for up to that 20 moving average and close behind it. But really, off this area, this should have really fell apart all the way back down to low a day here. And we haven't got that yet. So I'm going to sit back and be patient. We're up 400 here on the day, 393 after commissions. I'm going to be real patient and look for the next really good trade setup here. Thing about today, we a little bit lighter volume here in the market, a little bit slower. Again, we don't have any like a real big move in the markets in either direction. Congrats to the long-term PLTR holders here. Again, we started buying that, man, almost 3-4 years ago. I started talking about that with the group, buying PLTR for the long term, and that thing has really paid off here all the way up to $43 for us. And I was talking about this thing when it was single digits. Way back when it was $7.50. Now, one thing that's crazy to me is little like talk about long-term stocks is Amazon underperforming the S&P 500 is crazy to me. I don't know why like Amazon has stayed so undervalued as of late. So here we go. We are starting to see a little bit of acceleration here to the downside. Looks like we are going to retest low a day. Again, we gotta be patient here and look for the next great setup here. Really no setup into this. So again, looking for the next trade setup here. We can't force anything. It's only 10:20 in the market here. We've got about 40 minutes left, at least for my trading day here. Really no trade opportunities that I feel comfortable taking until we get, a better setup here. Again, we've had 2 trades on the day, both green here, sitting $400 here in the positive. Monday took a pretty decent loss, a little bit bigger than, you know, what I like to take as far as, you know, what my normal kind of loss is. I mean, nothing crazy. Again, I've always said I don't like my losses to be bigger than, you know, what it would take me in 2 to 3 normal trading days to get back, which $1,700 is definitely kind of meeting that criteria, but definitely a little bit larger than than you would want any loss, really. You don't want to take losses, but it happens in trading. So definitely want to look for a good trade setup here. We're up $400 on the day. Definitely don't want to try to, force anything. Want to look for a good quality setup where we can add to the P&L and start to dip into that Monday loss here. Didn't get an opportunity to trade Tuesday again. Had that family issue come up. So we've got today, Thursday, and Friday to get us back on track here. Had a really solid October as so far. Again, volume just a little bit light here on the day. Like I said, we don't have like any big news that happened at 8:30 in the morning that gets a lot of trading activity into the market. So again, we got to be real careful, really pick our spots here. So 2 trades on the day so far, both green. One $275 winner, and then another $125 winner here after commission, sitting $393 on the day. Still not bad for about 20 minutes of work. So kind of the boring part of the market here. We don't have a lot of opportunity, just kind of consolidating. No real trade setup. Again, we just got to be patient. Not try to force anything. Just let the market come to us and then trade it accordingly. Working on a little bit of a downtrend here. Like if you're looking at the overall picture over the last couple days. You know, we've been trending above the 9s, above the 20. This is on the daily chart. VWAP's been on the way up, and today's kind of the, at least where we open today, a little bit. You know, we're starting to close below that non-moving average. The VWAP's starting to come down a little bit. If we look at the daily chart too, RSI's 58. We've been trading in the high 60s on the RSI. But man, crazy to see the S&P 500 all the way to 580. Remember during the coronavirus when the S&P 500 went all the way down to the 280s and everybody thought the world was going to fall apart. The S&P 500 giving back 40% of its gains. And here we are, a little over 4 years later. We're all the way up in the 580s. Almost 100% return within 4 years. Very interested to see Planeteer's earnings report coming out here. Again, that's going to be a big winner for us. Like I said, we started investing into that. Originally I started investing in that when it was into the, $15 to $20 area. I thought that was a good buy. Then we had, the market, temper tantrum, as I call it, when we started to get away from quantitative easing into quantitative tightening. Interest rates just started going up. Planetary got into the single digits, and I really thought that was a great buy. I started adding into that position. Again, was telling the group about it the whole time in the long-term chat. Then here we are into the $43 range. There we go, starting to get a little bit movement to the upside here. Let's see if it gives us a nice little trading opportunity. Again, we need volume and volatility to make money in the market. Starting to get that volume and volatility in here. Starting to get a little push. Let's see if it pushes up to the VWAP. That would be interesting here. That 581.11 area on this SPY. So the trade setup that I really like when the market does this is when so when we get above the 20 moving average here, starting to get this push into it, get that 9 a little bit closer to the 20, then it kind of consolidates above the 20, and then it closes below the 9, and the 9's still below the 20. That's that's a good trade setup for a short. And let's see if that plays out. Or we could also see a possible market reverse, where again we're going to have to test this VWAP. It's going to be a crucial area here. And if the 9 gets above the 20 there and gets above the VWAP, then we could really start to trend up. We've got room up to that 58.73 area. Well, let's see if we get the trade setup that I really want here. Well, we are going to, looks like, going to come test this VWAP. I don't want to short here off the VWAP just yet. Let's see what it does off that VWAP area. Testing the VWAP area here. I'm going to jump into a short. Stop loss is going to be tight on this one. Just want to see if it comes back down toward that 20 moving average here. So we did come up and get that nice little upper shadow right off that VWAP area. Again, stop loss is going to be right above the VWAP. Now I want to see the 1 minute pullback come into here. Let's see if we come. Let's see here. Don't want to get too greedy as well. Stop loss and play here. And lower shadow there. I want to see this come a little bit lower. I'm going to close that out just because I don't like that trade setup, kind of how that played out with that lower shadow. We'll see here. We'll just take a quick $25 off that. Again, we gave it an opportunity. Didn't quite get what I wanted, even though it looks like we may get it here. But again, I want the better setup, and that's going to be if it closes below the 9 here. If this comes all the way down, closes below that 9 moving average, we've got a good trade setup here. But right now, holding a little bit stronger than I want. Again, we had that quick little 1 minute pullback, but then a quick retrace, but this candle did close here. All the way back down off that lower shadow. So we'll see what it does. So we're kind of in a rock and a hard place here. 9's above the 20 now, showing a little bit of bullishness coming into it, but that VWAP's going to be that big key area. You see it here on the SPY, that 581.09 area. Or we had that little upper shadow, we came right to it. That's where I took the short with the stop loss right above it. So we had a good risk versus reward there. I wanted to see this really fall apart. Didn't quite get it as fast as I wanted, so just close it out for quick profit. Okay, let's see what we do here. I want the bigger setup. The bigger setup is going to be if we come all the way back down and we close below that non-moving average. It's going to be a good short setup. So a lot of people are going to have their dip buys down here. And then if we close below it and start to trend, and we go short against them, we're going to have a nice opportunity here. But we're going to let the market come to us. Like I said, we'll see. We'll see if we get it. I mean, because this could potentially here break above the VWAP area too, and then we start to go on a run to the upside. And we've got, again, room to the upside here. Not as much as we have to the downside, but we got room to that 58.73 area here, which is going to be right there on the 200 moving average on the 1 minute chart. So we've got room up to here if this breaks that VWAP area. Right now, I'm going to come all the way back, kind of retest that VWAP. So sitting here after commissions, 413 here on the day. 10:33 here. Got plenty of time in the market. Come away with some more gains if we get this set up. Now, right now we're kind of consolidating underneath that volume weighted average price here on the SPY, and then kind of holding that 9 moving average. So that's kind of our consolidation zone here. So we know where our support's at. We know where the resistance is at. And we'll see which way we break here. Looks like we're starting to break above the VWAP here. Again, the target's going to be up to that 58.73.11 area, which is going to be right here, that 200 moving average. Luckily, we cut out of that short trade for some profit there because it has gotten nothing but up since that. Again, we're holding above the VWAP now. Again, target's going to be that 5873 area. Not really interested in going long on the stock just yet. $10.35 here in the market. No trade setups just yet. Again, we're being patient here. This may be a potential short coming up if we hold below that volume weighted average price here. With a stop loss above the VWAP. I want to see what it does here. We came up and touched that 58.70 area, which was the open. In this area here. Looks like it's going to bounce off the 9. Again, being patient here. I don't trust the market to the long side just yet. Again, target's going to be that 58.73 area here. I said that purple line on my chart. Which also lines up with the 9 moving average on the daily chart on the SPY. That's going to be a big key area. This is probably where this is going to push up to. We'll see how it reacts off that area as well. So again, we know what the target is to the long side here. It's going to be that 58.73 area, and that's the area that I want to see this push up to. So if you're long here, if you took any long positions, again, that's going to be your profit target. So once it pushes up there, that 580, 58.73 area, I just want to see how it reacts off there to kind of make my next decision on how I want to play this. Again, it's 10:42 here in the market. Got plenty of time. Just want to see how this trade plays out in this area, and then to kind of determine how I play off of it. Again, 3 trades so far, 3 winners. Again, we're up after commissions here, 413. Again, kind of the biggest move we were able to take advantage of. That nice big red candle. That was the biggest candle here so far that we've had. Again, we played that almost like a fiddle as far as where we shorted and where we took profit off of it. Again, this is going to try to push here right to where I said it was going to. It's kind of testing that area now, that 58.73 area. You can see it here. It's better on the SPY as far as where you actually see it kind of getting that upper shadow here, kind of playing off of it. This is how I want to see. I want to see how the market reacts off that. Again, of course, we can expect people to take profits. That's where people's profit targets were going to be at. The ones who decided to go long here. Congrats if you did take that long. For me, that just wasn't the play. I really want to see how we react off that. See if we come shooting all the way back down, get back underneath the VWAP and start to sell off. We'd have a good short opportunity. And then vice versa too. If we do come down here, retest it and hold, I'll go long with the first profit target looking at that 58.73 and then the next profit target looking for the breakout above it. Just see what we do here. I want to be patient and real patient with this move on the way up here. Hindsight 2020, this was a decent little setup as far as taking it to the long side. That was not the way I saw the market this morning, but ended up being how it played out. But typically, like you get, when you've been downtrending all day, that 9's below the VWAP here, or I'm sorry, the 9's below the 20 moving average here. Then you get that candle that breaks above it, that little move there right up to the VWAP. Again, we took it for the short little pullback, which we got a piece of it. But where you see the 9 cross over the 20 moving average, that does show that the market's kind of trending toward the upside here. We could have took the pullback off the 9. I didn't see the risk versus reward there on that trade. Again, hindsight always 2020, but it did play out to the long side, coming right up to that take profit area. And this is what I really want to see. I want to see how we react off that. Most likely we'll get a pullback off here instead of this like a continued breakout. I mean, we could get a continued breakout here. Most likely we'll see like a pullback. That's what I want to see, is how big is that pullback that comes in here. Do the long buyers really step out of the market and the shorters take over, or do the long buyers take a little bit of profit here, and then on this pullback buyers step back up looking for the pullback entry, and then we go. A pretty crucial area here. Again, that was the profit target. If you were looking to the long side, I would go ahead and cash out some type in your position. But 1046 here, still looking for the next opportunity. So kind of stalling out here. Again, this is what I want to see. I want to see how we react off that 58.73 area. Okay, congrats if you took this to the long side through here. This is a nice little play that paid out pretty decently here. Again, I just didn't trust this move, even though it went right up to where I kind of predicted it would, and it's still continuing here. Even on that little pullback, the buyers are really kind of stepping up in the market. Again, I need a little bit more volatility, a little bit better of a setup to take this in either direction. 10:48 here in the market. All right, this is kind of what I'm looking for here, that little breakdown off that take profit area. I want to see if this comes down, holds, kind of what it does here. Again, you got a lot of support here where that VWAP's at. Just hoping it gives us some type of opportunity. It's 10:50 here. I've got about 10 minutes, so don't have long to see. The market's got to give us something here soon. It's got to give us the setup I'm looking for. If not, we're going to walk away with 413 on the day. Still not bad for an hour of work. Come on, market. Let's do something here. There we go. There's that VWAP retest. This is what I really want to see here. Do we hold this VWAP on this SPY? And if so, if we close back above like this 9 moving average, I'm going long here. A quick profit target at 58.73, and then I'm looking for the bigger breakout move. But if we start to fall here, this is where it also gets interesting, because we got a lot of room to the short side as we're starting to get this fall here. Now this is looking like a good setup, kind of something that's right in my wheelhouse. Man, right off that profit target here. We've got a good trade set up here. I want to see this 1 minute kind of push back up here. Then I want to go short. Looks like the patience may pay off here. Be very careful with this entry. I'm going to let this kind of settle down for a second. We got the fall. We'll let that 9 close below the 20, and then that's where we'll look to take these shorts. RSI is not too out of control just yet. We're kind of in the 40s, right where I want to see it. Gives us a lot of, still gives us a lot of room to the downside, but we got to get that 1 minute retest. What a beautiful kind of play out there. I mean, right, line crossed up, went right to that profit target. Again, this is what I wanted to see. Where the buyers, and this is why I didn't trust it kind of going long, because I thought this may happen, but it didn't happen until we got to the profit target where the market would really start to kind of give it up. So now that we kind of got the clear-cut signal here, we've got the opportunity. We just got to wait for we don't want to short down here. There's not enough risk versus reward. So the profit targets are going to be toward the low of the day here. We want to see that 1 minute retest. And that's where we want to get involved in this short, potentially back up to that volume weighted average price. And I'm actually going to put some limit orders in here just to kind of have them ready to go. So again, I'm looking for the 1 minute retest. Like I said, I cannot pull the trigger down here. Just not enough juice. Juice isn't worth the squeeze down here, but we gotta get this retest in here. So come on, market, let's go here. $10.54 in the market. Looking to get this last trade here. I need to, like I said, need this little bit of a pump back up so I can get my short entries in here. This will be a beautiful trade setup. We kind of talked about what I was looking for, how crucial of an area that was before we got that big drop, and that kind of confirms it. I was thinking along the lines of what I thought might happen kind of happened. Come on, let's see the 1 minute retest here. God, don't fall here. Come on, gotta keep pumping up a little bit. Like I said, juice isn't worth the squeeze on his shorts just yet. Like I said, we gotta get to see a little bit. Man, there's like that upper shadow coming in, but we want to see a little bit more here. Man, is it not gonna give it to me? Don't do me like that. Been waiting for this move. Dirty. And I'm going to stay strong where I do want to get filled here. I'm not trying to short down here when the RSI is already in the 30s. I mean, talk about a massive pullback there. Like I said, we had that downtrend here this morning. We had that pump back up. A nice little move right to the upside there, right to that profit target we talked about. Finally kind of got the push back down. And I'm still looking to get filled here, but I've got to see it have a better retest. Again, pulling the trigger here on a short with RSI already into the 30s and kind of overextended underneath at 9 and 20 just doesn't give you the juice. Like I said, you'd be taking a big risk. I see a little bit better of a setup, so we'll see if we pump back up. This is the area that I want to get filled. I want to see this, like, I want the shorts to take their profits. We'll see that quick little spike up. We get filled into there, and then we see it pump right back down because there's not going to be enough buyers in the market to keep it propped up. We got to be patient. We're patient on this move, and I'm still patient here, but it is 10:57. And if I'm not in this trade by 11 o'clock, I will not be in this trade because my strategy works from 9:45 to 11. Past 11 does not give me the results that I'm looking for. Let's see, being patient here. Let's see that quick move to the upside, get filled. So 11 o'clock here. Fortunately, I don't think we're going to get the trade set up that I'm looking for here off that. But did kind of talk about that. Like I said, we got that nice little move. I mean, right to that profit target. And then I wanted to see how we reacted off that profit target. And we got that big pullback that I was looking for. But unfortunately, we never got, typically what we do offer like a big volatile movement like that. You get that 1 minute retest. And that's like one of my favorite setups. And I don't want to force like a trade into it. I wanted to wait that setup to come because 9 times out of 10 it does. You get that big pullback and you get that 1 minute retest, right? You get all the buyers that kind of went short into here. They'll kind of take their profits into here, and then you'll see it kind of spike back up. And that's where I like to see it. Once you get that little spike where I like to add my shorts and you see that continued pullback. Fortunately, we never got that. So, we were patient throughout this type of move. I knew what I was looking for. I was either looking like after the profit target, if this came back down, held this area, came back up, and then we got the breakout there, I was going to take this long. Vice versa, we got the bigger opportunity that I was really excited about, where if this came down, tested the support area, got the big break, which we did get it to the short side. I need to see that 1 minute pull, retest. I was going to go short there and then follow this down, which, like I said, it would have worked out. Unfortunately, I just didn't get the big enough retest area for me to feel comfortable taking that trade, so kind of passed it, kind of let it go. So unfortunately, right idea kind of all throughout this, unfortunately just didn't quite get the kind of set up, the execution points that I was looking for to be able to take it, which that's going to happen, right? You don't want to, the hardest thing about trading is staying disciplined and really kind of, honing in on your strategy. And if the strategy, if it's not there, it's not there, and you don't take it, even though it's kind of like, man, hindsight always 20/20 in trading. But you're like, oh man, well you called the take profit area, you called the area that you were looking at. It happened. Unfortunately, I just didn't get the setup to be able to kind of take advantage of any of those types, any of those moves that I was really looking for. But regardless, we're great on the day here, 3 for 3 out of the trades. We caught this beautiful, this beautiful pullback area, this big red candle here. We shorted it at a really great point, and then where we took profit, almost damn near bottom ticked the profit off that. Quick little short into here. I think this was like 275 we made off that, like 125 we made off that. Then a quick little $25 trade. Where this is the one, like, we got that VWAP. I wanted to see that 1 minute pullback. Didn't quite happen, the way that I wanted, so I just took that quick profit, which was the right call because this started to uptrend ever since there. So, we didn't lose any money on that. So, 3 for 3. Unfortunately, this is just painful to see. Like, this is what I was really excited for, looking for that pullback off that retest area. Just didn't quite get an area where I felt comfortable taking it to the short side to be able to profit off of it. But anyway, 3 for 3, 413 on the day. Not bad, for about an hour of work here. I'll take it. So, that's going to be it for me. You guys have a good one. We'll be back at it normal time as always tomorrow. And hopefully we get some better trade opportunities, looking for some bigger days here. So that's it for me. You guys have a good one. I'll see you. Peace.